Alright, so guys, we can start umpire. Let's go. Players, please take your position. Abhishek Katre, please get set. So the grand finale begins between the Propstock Shers versus DC Strikers. So let's see who's going to be the winner for this grand finale. So striker batsman Abhishek Katre is going to tackle one of the best bowlers from Shers, that's Omkar Desai, for the very first ball. Wow, that was a very close call for Abhishek Katre. Good one by Omkar. Amazing fielding by Shers. Propstock Shers have been doing really amazing fielding, not letting the players to move around. Strikers have just striked first run. Striker batsman Ranjan Biani ready to tackle Omkar Desai's first ball coming in and adding on the first run towards the total. One more run added onto the total by Strikers. Wide ball and one more run added onto the Strikers. This was a golden opportunity for Omkar Desai to run out, but never mind. 6 run by 1 over. A good start by Strikers here. Sunil Rungta getting ready for a quick bowling. That was amazing by Sunil. Striker batsman Abhishek Katre coming in. So Abhishek Katre ready as a striker batsman and ready for the next ball, and there was a quick hit and have taken the first. Added on one more run to the score. One more score added on, one more run added on to the score. SNS 6 by Strikers here. So Abhishek Katre has given SNS 6. That's amazing performance by Strikers here. Heading on to the next ball towards Abhishek Katre, and that's Pooja Bagaria's 4. That's amazing, and 4 more runs have been added on to the Strikers team. A fantastic performance by Strikers, a good going. 23 runs by 2 overs is the current score. 23 runs by the 2 overs.
त्याला बदलू आहे स्कीम आता
So Ashish Sharma is one of the best bowlers. Is being approaching towards Mr. Ranjan Miani. Wide ball and added one more score, one more run to the score of strikers. Heading on with the next ball towards Ranjan Miani. That's a shot and adding a quick run to the score. An amazing fielding by all the players and especially by the wicket keeper. No ball, one more run added on to the strikers. Last ball still left to go. Ashish Sharma, one more ball.
Deepti Doshi. 32 by
32 runs by 3 overs, and Deepti Doshi is all set to go on with the very first ball towards Ranjan Biani, representing the strikers. Let's go. That's a shot by Ranjan Biani, and
क्या wicket?
that's a swastik wicket. And yo, we have got a wicket, and that's been taken by Deepti Doshi on behalf of the Shers, and Ranjan Biani is being knocked out. So on behalf of strikers here, we're going to have the next player joining in.
Mithun Badricha. Next player Mithun Badricha.
So the next player from the strikers is Mithun Badricha, one of the best batsmen and the bowler. So let's see if this two duo, Abhishek Katre and Mithun, survive. The match can have a different turnover. Good bowled by Deepti. Excellent bowling. One more run added on by strikers. The striking batsman Abhishek Katre is ready to tackle the next ball from Deepti. That's a shot again and have taken one more run and have added to the score.
भाई वो कैमरामैन बुला रहा है वहाँ पे कॉर्नर पे.
Wide ball and one more run added on to the score. Good one by Mithun and excellent bowling by Deepti. 38 runs by 4 overs is the current score. 38 runs by 4 overs. So here we have the next bowler, Sunil Drungta, on behalf of Propstock Shers. So all the shares have been ready. And a striker, striker batsman Mithun is being all set to tackle the very first ball coming in on behalf of Sunil Rungta. And a quick hit, but an excellent coordination between Abhishek Katre and Mithun. Excellent bowling by Sunil. A quick one more run added on to the total for strikers. Heading on with the next ball on behalf of Shers. That's Sunil. And here we have Mithun on striking as a striker batsman. So here we have Pooja Bagaria's 4 runs added on to the DC strikers. By Mithun Padricha. That's a shot, lovely shot. And just another run added on to the score. "46 runs by 5 overs is the current score." I repeat, 46 runs by the 5 overs is the current score. And here we have Omkar Desai coming up right here as the bowler. And here we have the striker batsman at the opening position. That's Abhishek Katre on behalf of strikers, heading to face the very first ball. And that's a shot. And that's SNS 6 by Abhishek Katre. SNS 6 by Abhishek Katre. That's amazing for the Riders. That's SNS 6 once again by Abhishek Katre for the strikers here, and doing a fantastic performance here. Come on. Back-to-back 2-6 given by Abhishek Katre. Smart move. And this is a moment where he can be run out but saved. Smartly escaped, and good fielding by Shers. That's a quick shot by strikers, and I've added on one more run to the total. Here we have Mithun Madricha or the striker as a striker batsman, and ready to tackle the quick ball coming in all the way from Omkar Desai, and taking one more run and adding on to the total. Here joining in from the strikers.
Zainab na? Monisha शायद. ओमकार देसाई है. Zainab. Omkar, the batsman is the Zainab na? And the bowler? Bowler. And bowler Ashok Kewat.
So here we have Ashok Kewat as a opening bowler for this over, and here he is being heading towards a quick first ball. That's a wide, adding on one more run to the strikers here. Zainab is being ready as a non-striker batsman, and Abhishek Katre has given a shot. So both the players have been coordinating really nice and good so that they can play it and escape and take a very smart move. Ashok Kewat has been doing really one of the best. That's SNS 6 by Abhishek Katre for strikers. A wonderful, incredible 6. A shot again, and another run has been added on right here for the strikers. So here we have an opening striker batswoman, that's Zainab. ready to tackle the ball from Ashok Kevat. Heading on with the next ball, and Zainab, well tried here. That's a swastik wicket! That's a swastik wicket taken up right here. And Zainab is being knocked out by Ashok Kevat. And an excellent bowling by Ashok Kevat and caught by Ankit Zirwani. So heading on with a quick next ball, and one more run added on to the strikers. Umpire.
Wide या डॉट?
डॉट बॉल था ये वाला डॉट बॉल था
एक रन
Alright, so here we have an opening striker batsman on behalf of the strikers. So on behalf of Shers, here we have Preeti as a bowler, heading out with the very first ball towards Abhishek Katre, trying to knock out. A easy shot, and that was caught by Omkar Desai. Knocked out. So Preeti knocked out. Preeti knocked out Abhishek Katre, one of the best sustaining player for DC Strikers. एक बहुत बड़ी उम्मीद जो Strikers की थी वो यहाँ पर फिलहाल के नॉकआउट कर दी गई है. That was a quick catch by Omkar Desai and Preeti. Good bowling. So here we have the next batsman joining in right here from Strikers. That's Umang Saini as a non-striker batsman. Amit Solanki as a striker batsman, ready to tackle the next ball coming all the way from Preeti, presenting the Shers. Good fielding by Chinmay Khatri and all the other players from Shers. A good and nice strategic planning by Amit Solanki and Umang Saini. A nice shot. One more run added on to the score. And a striker batsman. Once again here we have Amit Solanki representing the DC Strikers here. That's a shot, and oh, that's a drop, and it could have been a knockout for DC Strikers. That was a close call. That was a drop by Shers, but never mind. Here we have Umang Saini on the striking position. Let's see whether this is going to be a catch and a good one. Chinmay Khatri has done a wonderful job and amazing fielding. And that's a knockout! So Preeti knocked out with a very super accurate bowling to Amit Solanki here. That's a fantastic performance here. So that was a swastik wicket taken by Preeti. Amazing performance. So for Shers, here we have 81 runs to win the game. The grand finale has finally got a target for Shers. That's 81 runs to win the game. And I'm sure Shers have been really well versed with the planning, and they have already planning the entire upcoming match for them in a very strategic manner. They're going to plan the upcoming players in a most amazing way. They have been really accurate with their fielding. So Shers have been getting ready for the next half of the match, which is going to be even more intense and interesting, because 81 runs to win the grand finale of ECT2 Season 2.
विराज थोड़ा माइक का वॉल्यूम ऊपर कर, लास्ट मैच ही है, नहीं कर पाएंगे.
81 runs to win from 48 balls. That's what you can see right here on the screen. 81 runs from 48 balls for Shers to be the winner of this grand finale ECT of Season 2 and to take away the trophy. So I can see the DC strikers cheering up for the members and motivating each other for an upcoming second half, which will decide that which team is going to be a winning team. A fantastic move by both the teams, planning their own strategy and the tactics to take over the match. In the previous session, whereas the DC strikers have been one of the best bowlers, they have done a fantastic bowling and a most accurate fielding here against the Warriors, and here we would expect the same against the Shers as well. But let's see how does the entire match is going to come up for this half. देखते हैं ये मैच कितना और ज्यादा इंटेंस होगा, क्योंकि ये सेकंड हाफ है. हमारे पिछले हाफ में डीसी स्ट्राइकर्स ने बहुत ही अच्छा परफॉर्म किया था अगेंस्ट द वॉरियर्स विद एन एक्सीलेंट बॉलिंग एंड द मोस्ट एक्यूरेट फील्डिंग गिवन अगेंस्ट द वॉरियर्स, जहां पर उन्होंने पहले 3 ओवर्स तक अपनी अपोनेंट टीम को ज्यादा रन्स बिल्कुल स्कोर नहीं करने दिए. तो आई एम श्योर दिस टाइम इवन दे आर प्लानिंग द सेम लेवल ऑफ और इवन बेटर लेवल ऑफ एक्यूरेट फील्डिंग. So on behalf of Shers, here we have the opening batsman, the striker batsman Omkar Desai, and here we have the non-striker batsman as Deepti Doshi. One of the best pair, one of the best duo in order to rock the match. All the best to both of you guys. 81 runs to win from 48 balls. ये जोड़ी सबसे दमदार जोड़ी है जो सबसे ज्यादा सर्वाइव करती है. So let's see what is going to happen right here.
कैसे भी करके आज रात को ही भेज दूंगा विदाउट फेल. Sure. Done. I'll send you the number right away only. Just give me a reminder at 11 o'clock if in case I just miss out. Please, just a reminder on WhatsApp. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah,
So Mithun is being doing one of the best So that's a swastik wicket taken by the strikers for the very first half, whereas Deepti Doshi is being knocked out and going back again to the pavilion here. और फाइनली अब देखते हैं हमारे स्ट्राइकर्स किस तरीके से अपने अगले चरण को आगे बढ़ाएंगे. Here we have Chinmay Khatri coming up here as a non-striker batsman, and here we have an opening striker batsman as Omkar Desai. Mithun is doing a wonderful bowling with a full of aggression. इन्होंने ठान लिया है कि वो अपनी bowling से ही अपने opponent को बिल्कुल भी रन स्कोर करने का मौका नहीं देंगे. Have been trying really intense. बहुत ही अच्छी फील्डिंग हमें DC स्ट्राइकर्स की ओर से दिखाई दे रही है. So one more run added on to the total. And that's a quick catch by Ranjan Biyani. क्या बात है, क्या बात है. रंजन बियानी ने क्विक कैच लिया है and ओमकार देसाई is being knocked out. जो सबसे स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट प्लेयर थे, शेर टीम के सबसे स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट प्लेयर को नॉकआउट कर दिया है and अब उनकी आधी से ज्यादा परेशानियां खत्म हो चुकी हैं. And finally here we have the next player right here on.
Batsman name Monish Shah. Batsman name Mithun. Batsman name.
So opening striker batsman Monish Shah is being all set to tackle. Tackle Abhishek Katre is bowling. Good one, guys. Very strong fielding by DC strikers. बिल्कुल भी अपने ओपोनेंट को रन स्कोर करने का मौका नहीं दे रहे हैं. They have been playing very smartly.
अभी नहीं हटेंगे, कोई सुनेंगे नहीं अभी. फिनाले है ना.
So this was a quick escape by Chinmay Khatri, and here we have Chinmay Khatri as an opening striker batsman right here, ready to tackle the next ball coming up all the way from Abhishek Katre, taking a quick run. And this was a Pooja Bagaria's four right here. Congratulations to Shers. Pooja Bagaria's four is being taken up right here. The current score is 2 overs and 8 runs. 2 overs and 8 runs. So the next bowler is right here, Ranjan Biyani, representing the strikers. One more run added on by Shers here, but still very strong fielding. We can see it by DC strikers. All set to go for the next ball, and there was a shot by Chinmay Khatri and have taken a successful one more run added on to their total. So here we have Monish Shah representing the Shers. Ranjan Biyani heading on with a quick next ball. That's a wide ball. And one more run added on to the Shers here. Monish Shah is all set to tackle the next ball coming in. That's a quick run by Shers. So here we have Chinmay Khatri once again back on the striking position here as a striker batsman and ready to tackle. That was a very, very, very close call for Chinmay Khatri. शेर टीम प्लेयर्स को बहुत ही ध्यान से और बहुत ही कंसंट्रेशन के साथ खेलना होगा in order to score the maximum.
हो गया, खत्म हो गया इसका ओवर, खत्म हुआ कितना ओवर पे?
The current score is 13 runs by 3 overs. 13 runs by 3 overs.
Zainab नहीं है. Who's the bowler? Who's the bowler? Mithun. Zainab.
So here we have Zainab with the very first ball and had done a wonderful bowling towards the Chinmay Khatri, and Chinmay Khatri is taking a golden opportunity by giving an SNS 6 and adding on 6 more runs to that score. An amazing and incredible strike on Zainab's ball. So this is a golden opportunity which is grabbing it right here. This is once again a back-to-back second 6 by... This is a hat-trick, in fact we can call it as a hat-trick. Hat-trick SNS 6 by Chinmay Khatri. One more run added on for the Shers. So Chinmay Khatri have taken a golden opportunity and have taken the best of the strikes to the bowling done by Zainab, and here we have Monish Shah. Here we have one more shot, and that's SNS 6 once again by Monish Shah, adding on 6 more runs to the total. A fantastic performance and playing very smartly, Chinmay Khatri and Monish Shah. A very intelligent bowling we can say by Zainab. Zainab ने बहुत ही intelligent तरीके से बॉल यहाँ पर फेंका है. The slow bowling in order to distract. 39 runs with 4 overs. So here we have Mithun coming up as our next bowler. So as we all know that Mithun is one of the best batsmen and one of the best bowlers. So let's see what's going to happen right here. So the opening striker batsman is Monish Shah, ready to tackle the very first ball from Mithun Bhadrecha, representing the strikers. This was a close call, and finally they have taken a successful run, and here we have an opening striker batsman, Chinmay Khatri, ready to tackle the second ball from Mithun. That was a shot and a drop by strikers. That was a drop by strikers. A golden मौका, a golden opportunity जो strikers ने गवा दी. यहाँ पर चिन्मय खत्री नॉकआउट हो जाते, but never mind. अच्छी कोशिश by Umang, well tried by Umang Saini. Heading on to the next ball towards Chinmay Khatri. Nice strategic planning done by all the members. बहुत ही ज़्यादा alertness हमें यहाँ पर दिखाई दे रही है, and that's a quick shot. Well tried. And that's a Pooja Bagaria's fought by Chinmay Khatri. क्या बात है, क्या बात है. That's amazing. An excellent performance by duo, that Chinmay Khatri and Monish Shah. An excellent duo sustaining their teams at a very good pace. बहुत ही अच्छी तरीके से अपनी टीम को सस्टेन कर रहे हैं इस पोजीशन पर. बहुत ही अच्छी bowling. That was one of the best bowlings. Mithun, an excellent bowling by you.
एक रन गया क्या उनको? नहीं ना.
And that's a quick hit. And one more run added on to the Shers here. So our striker batsman Monish Shah is all set to have the next ball towards him. And that's a shot here. And could have been a run out here. But thoda miss out ho gaya. But never mind. It's okay. So guys, finally your Shers have made half century. Shers have made half century on 5 overs. Come on everyone, cheer up for Shers. Cheer up for Shers. Here we have Monish Shah ready to tackle the very first ball coming up all the way from Abhishek Katre. And a quick shot and a good catch by Umang Saini. A good field by Umang Saini. Monish Shah is all set to tackle the very next ball coming up all the way from Abhishek Katre. And the strike goes up right here. And good fielding by Mithun. And one more run added on to the Shers here. So Chinmay Khatri is all set to tackle the very next ball from Abhishek Katre from strikers. And a nice shot. One more score added on. One more run added on to the score here for the Shers. Monish Shah once again back on striking position as a striker batsman. That's a wide ball. And one more run added on. One more run added on for the Shers. That's a quick hit and another run. Another run added on for Shers here. So striking batsman Chinmay Khatri once again. The duo have been playing very smartly. बहुत ही ध्यान से खेलते हुए हमारे दोनों players Sher team की ओर से. Chinmay Khatri has given one more once again a quick shot and have taken a very successful run. Good job. बहुत ही ध्यान से concentration के साथ में खेलते हुए Chinmay Khatri and Monish Shah have been representing their team and sustaining their scores very nicely and firmly. So the current score is 57 runs by 6 overs. I repeat, 57 runs by 6 overs. So Shers need 24 runs from 12 balls. बिल्कुल शेर्स को थोड़ी सी और मेहनत करनी होगी. वो अपने टारगेट के बहुत ही करीब है. दे कैन डेफिनेटली लीड द मैच. दे आर स्टिल वेरी क्लोज टू द टारगेट. So here we have Amit Solanki coming up as a bowler. So striker batsman Chinmay Khatri all set to tackle the very first ball coming up all the way from Amit Solanki representing the strikers. Sabse pehla ball and that's a shot. Let's see umpire's decision. That's a not out. Call given by umpire. But that was a close call. So heading on for the next shot, and this is SNS 6 by Chinmay Khatri. And he got 6 more runs to the score here. Fantastic and incredible performer. Heading on with the next ball towards Chinmay, and once again a second shot, but couldn't take a run. So once again SNS 6 by Chinmay Khatri adding on 6 more runs to the total. बहुत ही अच्छी तरीके से खेलते हुए अपने टारगेट के बहुत ही ज्यादा करीब. That's a white ball adding on one more score, one more run to the score. Once again a shot and let's see, this is SNS 6 once again by Chinmay Khatri. क्या बात है, Chinmay Khatri is on fire. Chinmay Khatri is on fire. क्या बात है. Guys, let me tell you, only 5 runs to win. Only 4 runs to win. Only 4 runs to win the match. क्या बात है. And finally Amit Solanki has knocked out Chinmay Khatri. But never mind, अभी भी मौका है शेर्स के पास उनकी टीम को लीड करने का. But the DC strikers have been planning it really accurately. वो अगर कोशिश करेंगे तो अगर वो ओपोनेंट को बिल्कुल स्कोर करने नहीं देंगे, then definitely they can be the winners here. But only 4 runs are left with 6 balls. The situation is it's a win-win situation for both. Let's see who's going to be. But the better position is with the Shers. Shers के पास एक better opportunity है क्योंकि they are just supposed to score 4 runs with the 6 balls. माहौल बहुत ही ज्यादा इंटेंस हो चुका है, बहुत ही ज्यादा स्ट्रैटेजिक प्लानिंग चल रही है डीसी स्ट्राइकर्स की ओर से. इससे पहले कि वो अपने अगले बॉल की ओर आगे बढ़े, दे हैव बीन प्लानिंग इट कंप्लीटली फॉर द लास्ट 6 बॉल्स हियर. So Sumedha is back right here for the bowling. Only 4 runs to win. Only 4 runs to win. So Monish is all set to tackle the ball coming all the way from Sumedha. 4 runs to win from 6 balls. And this is the winning declaration for Shers. सुमेधा के पहले ही बॉल पे 6, SNS 6. क्या बात है. Shers are the ones who have taken the tournament here. क्या बात है. एक बहुत ही ज्यादा स्पेशल खुशी की लहर हमें दिखाई दे रही है Propstock टीम्स में. Come on everyone. 3 cheers for Propstock Shers. क्या बात है. Hip hip hooray. Hip hip. Hip hip! क्या बात है, क्या बात है. So finally you guys have won the tournament right here today. और एक बहुत ही खुशी के साथ Propstock Shers अपनी खुशी को जाहिर करते हुए हमारे इस टर्फ में